Spirit warriors, lean in. Somebody out there can't stop thinking about you right now. And guess what? It's not just your fans. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Like the very air recognized your soul before anyone said a word. Years ago, there was a young woman named Leora. Radiant, quiet, deeply intuitive. She didn't fit into any box, didn't play by the rules. She worked at a little bookstore where she barely spoke unless someone truly needed her voice. Yet somehow people were drawn to her. Customers would come in just to be near her. Her co-workers, though, oh, they couldn't stand her light. They spread rumors, tried to get her fired, even made jokes behind her back. But no matter how much they plotted, Leora's light kept shining. One day, the owner of the store asked her to manage an entire new branch because, in his words, there's something about you. You have this presence. What they didn't realize is this. Leora was a chosen one. Her silence wasn't weakness, it was sacred. Her difference wasn't odd, it was ordained. Spirit warriors, there has never been anyone like you. And the universe didn't make that decision by accident. The people thinking about you now, the friends you lost, the family who doubted you, the enemies who betrayed you, they're sweating bullets. Why? Because they thought you were just another soul. But you're not. You're divine design in motion. So why can't they stop talking about you? Why are your haters obsessed? Why are strangers dreaming about you and old connections creeping back with regret in their eyes? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video you'll understand exactly why you were never meant to fit in, and why your uniqueness is shaking the very foundation of people's lives. As it says in John 1:5, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. Chosen ones, this isn't just a video. This is spiritual confirmation. Watch until the end to stay awake on your sacred journey. You're not crazy, you're called. Let's break it all down. Here are 7 powerful reasons why there has never been anyone like you, and why people can't stop thinking about you while your haters break into a spiritual sweat. Point 1, your energy is undeniable. Angels, let's dive deeper into this powerful truth. Your energy truly is like a lighthouse piercing through the thickest fog. Imagine that fog as the confusion, negativity, and chaos swirling around in the world. Your presence, your energy, is that steady, unwavering beam that guides others through the haze, even if they don't fully understand how or why. This is no mere metaphor. Science backs this up. Studies in quantum physics and energy medicine show that humans emit measurable electromagnetic fields, which influence the environment and people around them. This means your vibe really does reach far beyond what meets the eye. Think about the way babies fixate their gaze on certain people, or how animals instinctively and without judgment gravitate towards some individuals. This is because their pure, unfiltered senses pick up on your unique energy frequency. It's why silence around you isn't empty, it's charged. You don't need to speak to hold a room's attention. Your spiritual presence does the talking. This unseen force is your spiritual currency, a rare and valuable energy that not everyone has, and even fewer know how to harness. But here's the twist. Not everyone welcomes this light. Some people feel threatened by your radiance. It's not your actions they can't stand, it's who you are at your core. Your energy disrupts their carefully constructed illusions and forces them to confront the shadows they've buried deep within themselves. This triggers discomfort, defensiveness, and sometimes outright hostility. In psychological terms, this reaction is often linked to projection. People hating what they secretly fear or despise within themselves. So when haters come at you, know this: their anger is a sign of your power. They're sweating because deep down they recognize that no matter how hard they try to imitate you, they can never replicate your authentic spirit. Your light is original, uncopyable, and undeniable. It's a reminder to keep shining, angels, because in a world of shadows, your energy is the beacon that keeps hope alive. Point 2, you radiate truth in a world that runs on lies. Chosen ones, your truth is a torch in a world of shadows. Earth angel, you've probably noticed it by now. This world is drenched in illusions. From airbrushed realities on social media to carefully curated personas in everyday life, it's a stage where everyone's trying to be something or someone they're not, but not you. You didn't come here to perform. You didn't sign up for the masquerade. You walk into rooms with no mask, no filter, no rehearsed lines. You are raw. You are real, and your truth doesn't whisper, it roars. While others play games of flattery and deception, you sit in the quiet power of authenticity. You don't laugh at jokes that aren't funny, especially when they're rooted in cruelty or pretense. You don't fake connections for the sake of comfort. In a world full of noise, your silence speaks volumes. That moment you didn't respond to disrespect. Oh, they heard it. That time you walked away without an explanation that haunted them, because your energy doesn't chase, it convicts. You don't have to clap back. Your spirit already carried the message. Science backs this up too. Studies in behavioral psychology show that authenticity builds trust faster than charisma. People instinctively remember those who operate from truth, especially in environments where deception is the norm. And here's the kicker. The more truthful you are, the more you make liars uncomfortable. Why? Because light exposes what the dark tries to hide. Your mere presence disrupts their illusions, forces them to look inward and confront what they've been running from. You are unforgettable, not because you wear flashy clothes or shout the loudest. No, it's deeper than that. You're remembered because your energy confronts. It lingers, it leaves a divine fingerprint on every soul that crosses your path. And for those who live in lies, that fingerprint burns. It's a spiritual alarm clock they never asked for, but desperately needed. So keep shining, truth teller. Keep unsettling the fake and empowering the real. You weren't sent here to blend in. You were sent here to awaken, to be the light that exposes shadows, to be the mirror that reflects the truth. And while others may forget faces, they will never forget the way your truth made them feel. That's your gift. That's your legacy. Point 3, you turn pain into purpose. Spirit warriors, you turned your pain into power. Spirit warriors. Your journey hasn't been wrapped in comfort or paved with gold. No, your path has been marked by betrayal, heartbreak, deep loss, and moments of crushing isolation. But here's the miracle. You didn't let any of it destroy you. Where others might have broken, you bent like the willow in the storm, only to rise stronger, rooted deeper. You didn't just survive the darkness, you danced with it and made it your teacher. You see, transmutation is an ancient alchemical concept, turning base metals into gold, but you did something even rarer. You turned heartbreak into holy fire, sorrow into sacred strength. Your scars, they're not something to hide, they're scripture now. Each wound carries wisdom. Every time life pierced you, you didn't just heal. You evolved. You didn't patch up the broken pieces. You transformed them into armor, quietly, powerfully, spiritually. People are watching you now, whispering, how did they survive that? You've become a living question mark, a mystery wrapped in resilience. You didn't broadcast your battles, but your glow exposed your growth. You didn't throw pity parties, but now your presence commands reverence. Your story is the kind people can't stop watching because it's real, raw, and radically inspiring. And let's not ignore the haters, those who once laughed, doubted, dismissed, or even tried to break you. Some wanted to see you fall because they couldn't stand the light you carried. They whispered behind your back, threw shade, and even cheered for your collapse. But now they're panicking. Why? Because you didn't collapse. You soared. You used their bricks, their mockery, and their sabotage to build something majestic. Castles from rubble, strength from shame. Here's the truth. You were always more powerful than they realized. God didn't just protect you, He promoted you. And while your enemies expected you to perish in pain, the divine had a different plan to elevate you through the pain. Now they're sweating. Because nothing is more terrifying to a hater than watching someone they tried to bury bloom into their best self. So stand tall, spirit warrior. Let your scars shine. You've earned your light and no shadow can dim it now. Point 4. You move in silence, but you shake the ground. In a world obsessed with constant updates and loud declarations, there's something uniquely powerful about quiet success. You don't have to broadcast your every move, because when you're truly evolving, the results are your megaphone. The chosen ones move differently. You don't chase applause or validation. In fact, the less you say, the more you're heard. You're not showing off, yet somehow you still shine brighter than those shouting from rooftops. Why? Because your light doesn't need an announcement. It just is. Chosen ones are spiritually stealthy. You're the kind of person who disappears from the noise of the world, not because you've given up, but because you're deep in transformation. While others scramble for attention, you retreat for alignment. You detox from distractions, detach from drama, and recalibrate your spirit. And when you come back, you're 10 levels ahead. You didn't just take a break. You took flight. You studied in silence. You healed. You built in the shadows. So when you return, you don't need to explain anything. Your glow-up explains it for you. This quiet power drives people crazy, especially those who once doubted you or thought they had you figured out. Your mystery unsettles them because they can't track your progress, and that terrifies the insecure. Your silence isn't passive, it's intentional. You're not absent. You're aligned. You're not being distant. You're being disciplined. It's a spiritual tactic. Even Jesus often withdrew to lonely places to pray and realign. Power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it meditates. And oh, your haters? They're sweating. Not because you attacked them, but because you didn't. Because they assumed your silence was weakness, when really it was your weapon. While they gossiped, you grew. While they schemed, you studied. And now they realize they underestimated someone who wasn't stagnant, just silent and strategic. So stay quiet, stay focused. Let your work echo in rooms your voice hasn't even entered yet. Let them wonder how you did it. Let them replay every moment they doubted you. But don't get petty. Get powerful. Remember, God allows the opposition not to break you, but to expose them. Your elevation is the lesson. Let them sit in their regret while you soar in your purpose. Point 5, you make people reflect, even when they don't want to. Here's a spiritual truth most people aren't ready for. You don't just enter a room, you activate it. Your very presence, chosen one, holds up a mirror to the souls of others. And not just any mirror. This one is unfiltered, spiritual and raw. Around you, people don't see the version of themselves they carefully curated for the world. No, they see their true selves, the part they've been ignoring, suppressing, or trying to bury under social masks and ego games. And that kind of self-revelation, it's unsettling, even terrifying for many. That's why some people are uncomfortable in your presence, and they don't even know why. It's not what you said, it's not what you did, it's who you are. You carry truth, you carry light. You carry divine energy that exposes the shadows they haven't faced. You're not judging them, but your authenticity, your alignment with your higher self makes their inauthenticity impossible to ignore. You stir the waters. You awaken their conscience. And not everyone is ready to face what rises to the surface. Science even backs this up. Studies in psychology show that when people encounter someone with high self-awareness and integrity, it can create self-concept dissonance. That's a fancy way of saying you remind them of who they could be but aren't yet. It's why some people withdraw from you, try to challenge you or even mock you. But don't let it shake you. Let it affirm you. People don't forget you because you didn't just cross their path. You disrupted their patterns. You triggered something eternal in them, something spiritual. That's why they still think about you. That's why your absence is louder than your presence ever was. You didn't just leave memories. You left them with reflection, and now they can't unsee it. And those haters, oh, they're sweating now. Not because you fought back, but because you didn't have to. Their own guilt is preaching louder than your silence ever could. Their masks are slipping because your truth makes pretending unbearable. So don't be bitter. Be better. Keep shining. Keep being real. Because even your presence teaches, heals, and awakens. And that, Earth Angel, is power. Point 6, you walk with the divine. Angels, let's get something straight right now. You are not walking this path alone. No matter how isolated you feel, how misunderstood you've been, or how many battles you've had to face solo, you've got divine backing. You've got God's favor, period. And that changes everything. While others may rely on charm, connections, or pure hustle, you've got a force behind you that bends reality in your favor. Doors swing open for you. Not because you knocked the loudest, but because heaven said, let them in. See, your journey doesn't always make logical sense. You pray in silence, and then blessings rain down like thunder. You speak life into a hopeless situation, and suddenly miracles unfold. It's not luck, it's not coincidence. It's spiritual alignment, the kind of alignment that defies logic and leaves people scratching their heads, trying to figure out how you keep winning when everything should have taken you out. You radiate peace when storms are raging. You laugh in the face of sorrow, not because life is perfect, but because your joy is rooted in something eternal. You glow even in the darkest moments because your light isn't man-made. It's heaven-lit. And that kind of glow can't be faked, copied, or dimmed. People feel it, they sense it. They might not have the spiritual vocabulary to explain it, but they know you're different, sacred, set apart. That's why you attract curiosity, admiration, and yes, sometimes opposition. But don't be surprised when the ones who tried to sabotage you start falling silent. Not because you clapped back, but because they finally realized they were messing with someone who had divine protection. Your haters, oh, they're sweating. Not because you fought dirty, but because they unknowingly picked a fight with someone who's not alone. They fought against favor, and favor doesn't fold. They threw stones, and heaven turned them into stepping stones for your rise. And now they're sitting in their own regret, watching as you ascend, gracefully, powerfully, silently, while you keep your focus on the one who never left your side. Angels, don't get bitter, get better. Let your elevation be the answer to their schemes. Because when heaven is backing you, defeat isn't an option. Heaven never loses, was it? And neither do you. Point 7, you're a mirror of what people wish they could be. Let's be honest. Your very existence makes some people uncomfortable. And not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you're doing everything right. Your courage to be authentic, to speak your truth without shrinking, and to move through life with resilience and grace, it's powerful. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're not performing for applause or validation, you're just being. And that's exactly what makes you magnetic. People watch you from the sidelines, baffled by how effortlessly you flow, how grounded you are, how you refuse to conform to expectations. You don't chase people, love, status, or approval, and ironically, that's why all of it finds you. You live in alignment with your values, and that kind of peace cannot be manufactured. What's wild is that many of your critics aren't actually haters, they're admirers in denial. They envy the way you navigate life unbothered and unfiltered because deep down they crave the same freedom. They're not really mad at you, they're mad they haven't given themselves permission to do what you're doing. It's easier for them to throw shade than face their own insecurities. But you know what they can't stand the most? That your light is not borrowed, it's sourced directly from within. That kind of inner fire can't be copied, cloned, or downloaded. And while they sit there sweating, analyzing, even mocking, you're still rising, still glowing, still growing. What's divine in you can't be duplicated, and that's why you were never meant to fit in. You were born to stand out, and no one can touch that kind of power. Spirit warriors, if you've ever felt isolated, misunderstood, or hated for simply existing, know this: you're not alone and you're not the problem, you're the revelation. The reason they're sweating? You were born with something they can't steal, fake, or copy: anointing. You're not just different, you're divinely disruptive. So walk boldly, speak truth, shine unapologetically. Your existence is the proof that heaven touches earth. They can talk about you, plot on you, and pray for your failure, but they'll never unseat what God has ordained. Chosen ones, there has never been anyone like you, and there never will be again. Stay awake, stay rising, stay radiant. Your spiritual glow-up is giving them chills, and they're sweating because they know you were never to be ignored. You were always meant to be remembered.